Hi there, Sarah from Standing Up to Scoliosis and the Scoliotemple. Just going to talk about the in-breath and the out-breath and how they relate to scoliosis and the sort of postures that people get trapped and stuck in, like how the breath and the air pressure balance in the body is related. So we have the, different ways of balancing out the body. One of them is obviously the forces of gravity and the mechanical pressures, that we encounter, which you can address with lots of massage and exercises, that exist for scoliosis that are pretty common. Obviously, the next one is balancing of fluid pressure in the body. So we want to aim for less inflammation and swelling and waters pulling down and pulling the bones, because the waters grow at the same time as the bones in the body. And scoliosis is shown in studies to be linked with inflammation and swelling in the body. So, gravity, forces, so geometrical pressures, fluid pressures, which can be addressed by different means, such as bathing in warm waters, drinking herbal teas, and sweating out fluids as well through the body. We can even take in steam through the pores. So there's many different ways through chemistry, through what we eat, and herbal teas and things. The chemistry is going to rebalance. So fluid pressure is pretty important with scoliosis, balancing that as well as the physical pressures. But today I want to talk specifically about the breath and the air pressures in the body, because obviously we, through the COVID period, the breath has just become a massive highlight of my training in particular. I've really become aware of fluid balance and air pressure balance more than I ever thought about it before because of COVID. I learned some things recently through a fantastic book, which is about the breath, and it can totally links in and matches with the concepts of PRI, and how they use the balloon, the exhaling and the air pressure in the body to help correct the curve. Let me just talk about the basics that I've learned. That the yogis, they teach that on the in-breath, the whole body extends. So the diaphragm moves down and the spine extends, and this creates more compression throughout the whole body. So everything is tight and locked and extended on the in-breath, and there is compression everywhere, in the body, this sort of tense compression. So if you're trapped and stuck on an in-breath and a hyperextension of the body, you're going to have all this pressure and you're never able to exhale and relax enough and get enough control over your muscles. So, the opposite to the in-breath is the out-breath, and the out-breath is traditionally used for strength training in the body, because on the out-breath, the diaphragm draws in, and that allows you to push blood and push fluid to the muscles and the tendons and eject stuff out of the body that you don't want. So when we lift weights, we're getting all the nutrients and the fluid around the body, and we're pushing the stuff out. And that's what people with scoliosis, because people are locked in a hyperextension, and this is like the basis of a lot of the PRI exercises. You're locked in a hyperextension, so it's like your diaphragm is locked on an in-breath, but obviously in more one direction than the other. So it's like rotated to the right mostly. And for me, I was born breech. I was born folded in half, and I took my first breath out of the womb folded in half. What is that? Like, that locks me in. My whole body is like compressed, and I'm like stuck. My soft tissues are stuck on this in-breath where everything is compressed. So it like totally fits that I've struggled my whole life to relax the gravity, to build muscles, to, you know, I stay locked in this hyperextense, over tense, like my muscles are like totally tense and compressed and gripped all the time. They don't ever relax and get the fluid to them and build the muscles. But another interesting thing that the yogis teach about the out breath, the exhale breath, also linking with PRI, is that the body tends to do the opposite of the extending. It will flex but also rotate on the out breath. So, you know, the rotation is linked with the pattern of the organs, you know, like when we walk and how the fluid like whooshes round the bowels to go, you know, down through the stomach, round the bowels, out, you know. So it has this rotation and flexion on the exhalation, which is just how it works. It's just the natural patterns of the tubular structure and the spirals in the body when we rotate it, you know, down. So scoliosis is like, you say most of it's stuck in this hyperextension, but then you're also having this counter, like your body is like a stick of being stuck, like maybe stuck in a soft tissue, or maybe it's stuck because it's like had some toxin or damage it's recoiling away from, and it's sort of stuck in that, you know, traumatized spot. But, you know, you're trying to then, you know, it has to, it's going to then do the opposite and pull more in the rotations. So you're like stuck in an extreme of both ways, extreme hyperextension, and then this, you know, to stabilize the nerves from being stuck like this, then there's this pull, this heavy rotation that your body is doing to compensate for being stuck. So this is my understanding, you know, this is how my scoliosis is. So it's just interesting how you can use the knowledge and the wisdom to apply to your exercises. So mostly with the, you know, with the yogi's teaching with nostril breathing, you're really connecting to the blood vessels and the higher, so the heart, and the heart connecting to the brain, and the nasal breathing is really about relaxing the blood vessels and soothing and calming everything. So you could have like tense soft tissue even around the blood vessels if you're locked in this hyperextended state. So you want to do the nostril breathing for that, but the breathing through the mouth is more for lower down in the body, because it's linked with, you know, with the digestive system and what we putting in, eating and expelling. So if you're working on exercises, this is why in PRI they use the balloon and they do the mouth breathing to try and get people to balance the pressure in the hips when they're breathing out into the balloon. So yeah, it's just a good visualization really for balancing air pressures in the body. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a bit about the theories of that, and yeah, I mean, I'm not demonstrating so many exercises at the moment because obviously I'm having a lot of problems with my metal rods, but I do, you know, I use my gym ball a lot for these type of exercises, and I do a lot of it with meditation as well. And we see this principle even in Pilates, like all the movements are on the out breath, where they're really activating the muscles to stabilize the body. So yeah, I think it's just something the breath is just something you can apply to all the exercises you're already doing, and just visualizing it internally to be able to get more results, more muscle strength, more relaxation, more extension, if that's, you know, in the right way, like that, you know, that you want it to. So yeah, I just thought I'd explain that little principle of the breath, And hopefully, yeah, when I'm feeling well, I will definitely, well enough, I'm definitely going to post a lot more exercise videos. But let me tell you, it is really hard when you've had the surgery to really be connected and tuned into your body, like proprioceptively. Like if it wasn't already hard enough with a scoliosis, that you hadn't already gone whoop, bit off, you know, when you have the surgery, you're like totally altered inside, so you're not where you think that you are internally. So it's just taken me years to relax into my body enough and adjust to that. And I already did a video on my last thing. I was talking about, you know, being careful working with fusion surgery. You know, you don't really want to go into it. You don't really want to work on it unless you're just in absolute agony and stiffness and you've loads of functioning in your body and you're desperate. You know, this is the position I got into. So yeah, so sorry that I'm talking all the talk and like giving a lot of theory but not producing goods, not showing you the exercises. But I promise you, I do know lots of exercises. Have practiced professional dance, yoga, tai chi, Pilates, you know, my whole life. So I know about exercise training a lot. And I'm actually working on dance classes for physiotherapy and scoliosis, which is all about following the natural embryological development and the natural structure of the body and how it weaves in and how everything flows, you know, in that natural development. So it's about combining other exercise theories that work with the flow and the meridian lines I already know and have been practicing my whole life with the dance as well. So yeah, this is what I think is going to be most effective for my scoliosis and to really help overcome what the surgery has done to me as well, because it's really thrown me out of balance and align with my natural development down the spine, because all our organs, all our body grows through the spine in the womb. So yeah, having it altered with surgery is altering the whole flow of death and rebirth and growth in the body. So it's no wonder I'm having, you know, years down the line, I'm having so many issues of feeling so stuck and unable to grow and progress and move on with my life. Yeah, I would love to know. I mean, I'd love to know if other people, I mean, I've heard it's pretty common that you need revision surgery, but yeah, please, like, message me if other people are having this problem, because it's just horrible feeling so alone. Like, and so many people are so pro the surgery and so, like, thankful and raving about it, and you know, and I was okay with it to start with, but yeah, it's really horrible feeling like it's like I create my page to be support people with scoliosis, and I'm totally aware that most people are just told they need a surgery by the doctors, but I don't mean to like be unsupportive by speaking my truth about what's happened to me with the surgery. I'm just speaking my truth and educating on everything I've learned in all my studies. So yeah, that's the best I can do, really. And let's just hope that eventually I get a positive outcome, maybe the rod's removed and I can get back in my flow and natural alignment and really get strength building, because I really need to put on weight and build strength in my body, and the rods have just made me lose weight my whole life and just made me stuck and stiffer, and yeah. Okay, I think I've gone on enough, but just want to explain why I'm not demonstrating loads of exercise, because I'm not actually working as a therapist at the moment because I'm waiting for surgery. So all I'm doing is just free videos of education to put out there for people, to help people choose the right therapy to go and do, or even know how to do exercises and visualise this themselves if they're doing it by themselves. But yeah, of course, you're going to get a lot further with someone else watching you and guiding you when you're doing the exercises, because of the problems that you're having with your internal proprioception. And there's obviously so many great programs out there that are growing in the body of exercises, growing in the knowledge and the theory that is behind them. So yeah, this, you know, I'm very supportive of anything that helps someone with scoliosis, you know, and if surgery really has helped you, then I want to support you in that as well. But I'm just explaining that it is harder as a therapist to work with someone who has had surgery because of the pain and the trauma and the nervous system's instability as how it's been adapted and altered to the fusion. So yeah, it's not such an easy ride to work with the fusion and the surgery, but yeah, you know, I am pushing through it, I'm getting through it, and you know, I will get there, I will get stronger because I'm that determined, and I'm not, you know, you can't let it beat you in life, you have to keep going on. So yeah, okay, thank you very much for listening. Hope everyone has a good day. Bye.